Do you feel like it is too hard to work on your anxiety or OCD? You're not alone. We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist and make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I want to talk to you about working on anxiety or OCD because that can feel incredibly overwhelming. And I want to teach you how to not feel as overwhelmed. But before I get started, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified because I make new videos every Thursday. All right, so let's talk about this. A lot of times people in our lives might be bothering us or nagging us, or therapists or partners or parents or friends, to just start working on your anxiety or OCD. And you might feel like, I can't. If I could, I would, but I can't. You don't get it. It is so overwhelming. It's just easier to give in. It's easier just to avoid. It's easier just to do what I'm doing to survive, right? Whether that is not do the things that make you anxious by avoiding the biggest meal for anxiety, or by just doing my compulsions that OCD is demanding that I do. OCD wants me to follow these rules. I'm following them. And you know what? I get some brief relief. The problem is, and I know you already know this, long term, that's not going to work out because the more you avoid, the more you have to avoid, and the more things you wind up avoiding, and you know this, and the more compulsions or rules you follow for OCD, the bigger list of rules and compulsions you'll eventually get until it's all consuming, if it already isn't. But we already know all that, right? But you might be saying, I get it, Natasha, but I can't start. It's just too overwhelming. And so what I want to say to you is find the smallest little bit of thing that you can do. It's not about looking at the end goal. If I was climbing a ladder and I looked at the very top and I said, how am I going to get to the top? There's no way. I can't climb that far. I'm exhausted just looking at it. I might give up before I even start climbing, for sure. But if I'm at the bottom rung and I say all I have to do is just put my hand on the next rung. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to put it on the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I'm getting some movement. And so what is that next step for you? Because what happens, although you may not believe this, is you start to climb and it starts to feel good. And eventually you do get to the top. But if you are looking at the top when you are at the bottom, you are not going to want to start. And I get this because I have had anxiety my entire life and I'm raising 3 kids with anxiety and OCD. And a lot of times with my son, he'll be like, I can't do it, Mom. And I'll say, I get it. You don't have to. You know what? Just do 1 page. We're working on reading compulsions. Just read 1 line, right? Okay, I'll just do 1 line. Or I can't go to that party. Okay, let's just get dressed. We don't have to go to the party, but let's just get clothes on, right? And then a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times it's like, okay, well, what's the next step? Let's just go sit in the parking lot. You do not have to go, right? And sometimes we won't go to the next step. You won't go to the next rung. And that is okay. But you are taking some movement. And so you may not be ready for exposures if you're dealing with OCD, or you may not be ready for challenges if you're dealing with anxiety. You may not want to hear me roar. I'm going to do the hardest thing possible. But could you do 1 tiny step? And what would that look like for you? If you can't get out of bed, could you just sit up? Tiny, right? If you can't touch something, can you move towards it? Super tiny, right? If I have a compulsion I have to do, can I wait 10 seconds? Super tiny. Maybe then down the road I'll wait 20. I don't know. But right now I'm going to do 1 small thing. Can I even just recognize this is my anxiety? I'm not even going to change anything. I might still avoid. But I say in my head, I know this is my anxiety. I'm acknowledging that it's anxiety, or I'm acknowledging this is my OCD. I need to do this compulsion, or I need you to answer this thing, but this is my OCD. That is a step on the ladder. So my encouragement for you today is just put your hand on the ladder and look and reach for the next rung. It's not far, right? Any movement, and I did say any twice. I did it on purpose. Any movement is progress. Progress isn't getting to the top of a ladder. I'm not Spider-Man. I can't fly. Well, I don't think Spider-Man can fly either. But I can't hop up to the top of the ladder. I have to do it one small step at a time. I had such debilitating social anxiety that I couldn't talk to anybody. I definitely couldn't be doing this, right? I'd be checking the comments 24/7. But I took one step on my ladder, one small little step, got out of my comfort zone, very, very tiny, and then another, until now I'm kind of like, I love myself, so I don't really care as much about whether you love me, right? Because I've built up my own self-confidence and self-love. So you can do the same for whatever issue is going on with you, whether it's anxiety or OCD. You just take one small little step at a time. So what's that going to be today? Think about it and then do it. All right, I will see you next Thursday. Don't forget to find the sparkle in everything you do. Take care.